Hello, everybody. Hello, 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 hello. We are back. The gathering place is back. I am so excited. Boy, it has been a minute since we've been on. I'm going to wait for some of you guys to join me. Fix myself up here. We are here at the gathering place. And as usual, you got to tell me where you're logging in from. You got to tell me where you are watching me from, what city, what state, what town. I'm so excited to see you all back at the gathering place. I have a message for you tonight. I'm excited about this message, and I really believe it's going to empower somebody who is watching. So go ahead and tell me where it is you're logging in from. I want to give you a shout out. Tell me where it is you're logging in from. Let me know where, what city, what state you're coming in at. Welcome to the gathering place. Wilmington, Delaware, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you for logging in to the gathering place. Thank you. Sicklerville, New Jersey, thank you for joining me at the gathering place today. Hey, Jersey's in the house, my favorite spots, although I will never move back. I love the South. I love the weather in the South. Come on, tell me where you're logging in from. I'm excited to be back at the gathering place. And I know you're excited as well. I've missed all my women. What a year it's been. I am over the moon. I am a grandmom, although no one is allowed to ever call me that. Call me Yanni, short for Ayana. That's my middle name. My middle name is Ayana. And we are absolutely in love. He was born on Labor Day. On Labor Day. And I'm excited. So it's been a journey, and I'm finally kind of getting my breath back. We're helping to raise our grandson, and it has just been awesome and amazing. Come on, tell me where you're logging in from, what city, what state. Welcome to the gathering place. I'm so excited that you all have decided to join me on your Monday night to kind of hear what the Lord is saying. Thank you, coming in from Noonan, Georgia. Thank you so much for joining us at the gathering place tonight. We're excited about what God is doing, what we believe He's going to do. And many of you have had some of the toughest seasons in your life, one of the toughest seasons in your life. Thank you, Diane. One of the toughest seasons in your life. And I want to encourage you today. I want to encourage you today. But we also have a special guest that's going to be with us. So coming up soon, we're going to be talking tonight about, are you in the manifest position? And we're going to be talking to my very good friend, Christina Adenike. Thank you, Philadelphia, for joining me at the gathering place tonight. We're going to be talking about, hey, Kay, how are you? Thank you for joining me at the gathering place. We're going to be talking to Kay. I'm sorry, we're going to be talking to Christina. Kay, don't worry. I might be talking to you too. We'll be talking to Christina tonight. I'm excited. Thank you. Plymouth Meeting, Pennsylvania. Thank you for joining me back again at the gathering place. Do me a favor, share this video. Share it, like it. Hey, Dr. Naomi, it's so phenomenal to see you. Thank you so much for joining me at the gathering place. Share this video. Share this video, tag somebody. If they're unable to watch it tonight, send it. I believe it's going to bless them. I believe it's going to bless them. So I'm going to jump in. I'm jumping in. I'm getting started right now because we've got a little bit to cover, and I want to bring my good friend on. Welcome again to the gathering place. This is our online community. But prayerfully in 2023, so I'm going to throw this out there right now. 2023, my passion is to meet in person. Because why else would we call something the gathering place if we cannot meet in person, right? So I believe that God wants us to gather and get connected and come together. So that's something that we're looking to do in 2023. Coming up, though, November 10th through the 12th, woo! Ignite Women's Empowerment Summit. Listen, ladies, we are right now having a Labor Day sale. It is on the bottom of your screen. It ends Friday. We're going to leave that scrolling banner on the bottom of the screen for the entire session. All general tickets are $75 for 3 days. Break that that down, that's really talking about 30 something, maybe $25 a day, right? $25 a day plus some change, a little bit of tax included. Where else can you go to get all of the word that you're going to get? Hey, Tiffany from Delaware, all of the empowerment. We have over 23 workshop speakers who are going to be empowering you in your business, your ministry, your finances, your relationships, your life, just you in general. We're going to have coaching sessions for free, group coaching sessions for free. We have phenomenal speakers that are coming. Dr. Dee Dee Freeman, if you've never heard her, girl, look her up. She is amazing. She's on TBN all the time. She is a phenomenal speaker. We're going to have Pastor Aziza Morrison, powerhouse. Dr. Nicole Belton, powerhouse. I'll be coming to join you. I want you to join us November 10th through the 12th. We are literally a little over a month or two away. And the Lord has blessed us in a way where we can put these tickets at a price where every woman can reach it. That was my prayer. That's what I asked the Lord. I said, God, I want Ignite to be in a place where women who have money, women who don't have money, can say, I can reach that ticket price and I can go. And I can only do that through my sponsors and my partners. But the sale ends Friday. So don't be inboxing me saying, I tried, can I still? No, the sale ends for good on Friday, $75. So ladies, if you're listening to me and you know that there are some women in your life that need to be ignited, our theme this year is manifest. I want you to get them a ticket, gift them with the gift of Ignite. Help them get their soul ignited. 3 days. We also have a Ignite Praise and Worship team, JP and Stephanie Heath, along with a group that's coming. This year, we're having a concert. I'm so excited. This is going to be our first year doing it. We're having Natasha Daniels, Jay Todd, and Anton Milton, who's going to be coming to us. Plus, we have a glam suite. So if you want your makeup done, I know I'm going to be in the glam suite. You want your makeup done, we have an ionic foot bath. We've got lashes, brows that's going to be going on, a chair massage, and a host of other things that I want you to join in on. Plus, new this year, we're having an under 30 section. My heart beats for the next generation. Yours should too, because they are the gatekeepers for the wave that God is going to release on the earth. It is our job to reach back and empower them. And we have a teen summit. It's a lot. I know. My vision just goes all over the place. I want to empower everybody. This year, Ignite has something for everyone. Go to our website, ignitesummit.org 2022. Listen, today, what I want to talk to you about is, are you in the manifest position? Are you in the manifest position? And before we talk about that, I have a special guest that's going to be coming on and joining me later. Her name is Christina Adenike, and she is one of our Ignite sponsors, but she's also a business owner of Agard Fashions. She's going to talk to us. She's going to share her steps on what it took for her to overcome challenges in her life and be the business leader and business owner that you will learn about today. Agard Fashions is an international online fashion boutique. It's based in Pennsylvania and specializes in making authentic, traditional African products that are available at affordable prices. So I'm going to be excited to join and talk with her for a few minutes. But today, right now, just for a few minutes, I want to empower your soul. I want to ask you something. Are you in the manifest position? Are you in, hey, Dr. Kamani, thank you so much for joining us. Are you in the manifest position? I want you to grab your pen, your paper. You know how we do at the Gathering Place. Come on, I'm going to teach you. I'm going to give you some nuggets. I'm going to teach you something or try to give a small, short lesson. But get your pen out, your paper. The word manifest means to make an appearance. The word manifest means to make an appearance. The implication is that there is something that exists for you that just hasn't become visible to you yet. It is present but hidden. The word manifest means to make an appearance. And it's that and the implication is, because the word manifest is this really popular term now. Everybody is saying, I want to manifest my new job. I want to manifest my husband. I hear that all the time. I want to manifest. I manifested it. But let's talk about what the word manifest means. The word manifest means to make an appearance. And to believe in manifest, it means that there is something you believe in that exists for you in a realm, watch this, that is beyond your reach. There is something in the invisible realm that belongs to you, right? And so we can't even have manifest without faith. And so all of us are in this season where we want to see a manifestation. We want the things that God has promised us, purposed us, told us, the things we sense. We're looking for those things to make an appearance in our life. So the first thing I want to tell you today, is everything God creates in eternity has a scheduled arrival in time. Everything that God creates in eternity has a scheduled arrival in time. God, before the foundation of the world, took your blessing, took the things he has spoken about you. I believe he is the author and the finisher of our faith. I believe that before he creates us, he walks out the steps of our destiny. He backs up and then he begins. I'm going to say that again. God is the author and the finisher of our faith, which means that he predestined us, that before we even showed up, God walked out the steps. And every step, God deposited a blessing, a challenge, a victory, something that he wants to manifest in that season in our life. So God, he schedules or creates an eternity, and it has a scheduled arrival in time. He takes your blessing. He takes the things before you even show up on earth. He has already spoken some things about you, and he threw it into time. And the only thing that God is waiting on is for you to get to a specific place in the atmosphere where you can perceive of what's hanging in the air. Woo. And I want you to understand something today, that God will never release anything that you cannot perceive exist. Woo, I'm going to say that again. God will not release anything that you cannot perceive exist. So when you hear people say, this is my manifest season, they are already speaking the words of faith, that they are already saying, I believe something is in the atmosphere that belongs to me. I need everybody to type that. Something's in the atmosphere. How do I know? I'm going through hell. I don't have no money in the bank. My children are acting crazy. But that's what manifest is all about. What manifest is all about is that I cannot see it, but I sense it. Oh, I just wonder if there's anybody here who's watching me, who's listening, that is saying, I don't see what God is doing, but I sense something in the atmosphere. I can't explain it. I can't tell you what it is, but something in my spirit is just saying, it's leaping, that God has something for me in this season right here, right? But how do we get it? That's the struggle. That's the thing that makes us cry at night. How do we transition what's in the invisible realm to the visible, right? How do we shift it? I want you to understand that the thing that God wants from us the most is not to worry about what time it is, but he's more concerned with whether you're in the right place. See, we worry about our age. Hello. We worry about how long we've been waiting to get married. But I already told you that God, everything he creates in eternity for you has a scheduled arrival in time. He's waiting for you to get to the right place. And so the second thing I want you to know tonight, and I want you to write this down, is your waiting place and your breakthrough place are in the same place. Woo! I'm going to say that again. Your waiting place and your breakthrough place are in the same place. What does that mean? It means that breakthrough occurs in the place probably where you're struggling the most. What do I mean by that? Watch this. Jesus was resurrected in the same place he was buried. Your waiting place. He waited in the ground, for 3 days. His waiting place and his breakthrough place are in the same place. So let me tell you something. Let me tell you what the fight is about. The enemy cannot take your blessing. The enemy wants to move you from where the blessing's about to fall. That's what the fight is about. He knows he cannot take what God has for you. Why? Because it means he'd have to go back in eternity and snatch it out of God's hand. He does not have the power to do that. The enemy cannot take your blessing. He wants you to abandon the place where the blessing's about to come. And I have a question for you tonight. Are you in the manifest position? We want the blessing. We want what God has for us. But are you in the place? Are you in the right position? So that when God gets ready to release something in your life, you can catch it when it falls. Your greatest faith fight, the devil ain't after your car. You don't even want your car. He is not after your house. He's not after your money. He is after the place of faith. The place where your faith is going to catch the blessing. Faith acts like a receptacle. Faith acts like a container. And faith has to be positioned in a place to catch what God has for you. And your fight today is the enemy wants you to walk away and abandon the faith position. Why? Because things in your life aren't working out the way they should. Your marriage doesn't look like it's going the way you envisioned it to. You know, the place where you're doing ministry may not seem like it's exactly getting you to where you want to be, right? And so the enemy is telling you it ain't working. Everything you're doing doesn't seem to be prospering you. You should quit. I need everybody to type, the devil is a liar. I will stay in position. Because my waiting place and my breakthrough place are in the same place. I need everybody to write that. My waiting place and my breakthrough place are in the same place. My waiting place and my breakthrough place is in the same place. The tree that breaks out of the ground is in the same place that seed was buried. I want you to know that the blessing isn't coming from over there. It's coming from right here. The place where you are struggling the most, the place where you are disappointed the most is the place where God is saying, I want to manifest what's in the atmosphere. And so I always say this, opportunity and opposition share the same place. The enemy wants you to focus on the opposition. And sometimes God hides your opportunity. He hides your opportunity, meaning he hasn't manifested that there's a promotion that's getting ready to happen on your job. The only thing what God is allowing you to see right now is all the hell that your coworkers are giving you. And the devil's telling you, girl, you better bounce. They don't respect you. They don't value you. But God is saying you can't leave yet. You cannot abandon the position of where you are because opportunity and opposition share the same space. You have seen what the opposition is, but are you in position to see the opportunity? Are you in position to see the opportunity? Opportunity and opposition share the same space. And so in the same place that the enemy is enticing you to walk away from, it's the same place. If you have been attacked this year more than you have ever been attacked, it is because the devil believes in your position more than you do. Woo, he already knows something amazing is getting ready to happen. And so he wants you to move so that you miss your moment. And so I've got a simple story for you really quick. It is in Luke chapter 6, verse 6. And it's about the man with the withered hand. I love this story. I love this story. Jesus comes into the temple and the Pharisees and Sadducees are waiting. They're always watching to see what Jesus is going to do. And Jesus notices that there is a man with a withered hand. A withered hand means that it was paralyzed. Maybe it was deformed. It had no function. It was no. And so what we figure out is that something that was working for him is no longer working. Something that's supposed to be working and prospering him is hindering him. Have you ever been in a season where the thing that should be working for you is working against you? I just want to know, is there anybody here that's watching me and says, I'm with you? Has there ever been a season in your life where there has been something that should be working, but it's withered? And so the first thing we see, Jesus, the moment he notices him, is he says, I need you to come and stand here. So the first thing we see, now it's manifest season. Jesus has shown up from heaven. He is a manifestation of God in the flesh. He is a manifestation of the fulfillment of the law. He is a manifestation of all the fulfillment of the Old Testament, right? And so he is a walking manifest. He is a walking manifest. And the first thing that Jesus wants to do to this man so that he can be in position to manifest or see what God wants to manifest, first thing he does is he repositions him. Woo! I need you to type, this is my season of reposition. I don't know where you are, but watch this. Watch this. God does not remove him. He repositions him. Somebody type that. He will not remove me. He will reposition me. What that means is the enemy may make you think that they're going to get rid of you, that they can do away with you. No, God is not going to remove you from something that's you're destined to stand in. He has to reposition him. And so that's the first thing we see. The first thing we see, he says, come stand here. He repositions him from where he was. Why? Because sometimes the place where you're standing is supporting the place where you're withered. I'm going to read that. I'm going to say that again. Sometimes the place where you're standing supports the place where you're withered. I can only imagine this man showed up in the temple and he was hiding in the back. And God says, no, I'm getting ready to promote you to the front. Here's what's powerful. Here's what's powerful. And this is going to make all the deep folk mad. He does not heal him, then call him. He calls him before he heals him. Oh, that y'all gonna get that later. This is for all the people who God has called, and he is repositioning you right now. And you can't explain why God is all of a sudden elevating you. You already know your life is jacked up. You know behind the scenes, you still smoking cigarettes. You just smoked last night. You like, God, I don't know why you called me. I don't know. I'm still struggling emotionally. I got anxiety. I have panic attacks. He didn't care about any of that. He called him before he healed him. I just want somebody to be encouraged tonight. So the first thing he does is he repositions him out of a place that supports his dysfunction. I know you're used to hiding in the back. I know you're used to being in an invisible place, but I'm getting ready to manifest not just your blessing, but I'm about to manifest you. See, we're worried. We pray about God manifest my blessing. God says, before I manifest the blessing, I'm going to manifest you. I need everybody to type that. God's going to manifest me. Everybody hashtag manifest me. Manifest me. Before he gives you anything, he's going to bless you. He wants to manifest you. It's your season to be manifested. So that's the first thing. Number one, Jesus says, in the manifest season, I'm going to reposition your position. I'm going to reposition you in a brand new place. Everybody type that hashtag manifest me. Manifest me. Yeah, I want a new car. Yes, I want a man. But the first thing God says is, I need everybody to see who you are. Now, this may cause some issues because God now has his whole life on full display. He's jacked up. Okay. He walking up to the front. Everybody, no one's paying attention to the hand that's not withered. They're looking at the hand that is withered. And God sometimes will put you on display and cause everybody to know you just got divorced. Cause everybody to know you've been rejected. Everybody knows that you can't have a baby. Somewhere or another, people found that out about you. God will put you right on full display, right? Why? Because God sometimes wants you to be the poster child of what true manifestation looks like. And so he It has to be horrifying because everybody knows where he is withered. Everybody sees what's paralyzed in his life. Everybody knows you're struggling financially now. Everybody has figured it out. And not everybody, a few people in your life know you went bankrupt or you had to declare bankruptcy or you're on food stamps right now. You're not even supposed to be. You've been trying to keep it secret, but now folks know what has been withered in your life. And so, but God is saying in order for him to manifest the healing that I want for him, not only do I have to reposition him. See, what you think is punishment, God putting your whole business out on the street, is really positioning. Ooh, it's not punishment, it's positioning. I need somebody to type that. It's not punishment, it's repositioning. God is putting me in a new place for what he's getting ready to do. And so to manifest his healing, watch this, he has to show up broken. Are you in the manifest position? The manifest position is not the place where you got it all together. The manifest position is not necessarily the place where you got all your ducks in a row. The implication of getting a healing means I have to show up broken. Woo! The implication of you saying I want a breakthrough means I have to show up broken. To get a breakthrough, you got to be broken. And God is not going to sneak you a blessing. Oh, my goodness. Because guess what? The blessing and the manifestation that God wants to bring in your life, it ain't about you. It was about all the Pharisees that were around you. It's about all the Sadducees, all the legalistic people. And so God is saying, when I get ready to manifest a blessing, I'm not going to do it in secret. I'm going to give you a public blessing. And it's not for you to flex. It's not for you to look good. It is designed for you to manifest my grace and favor in front of the people around you. And so number 3 is, in order to be in the manifest position, you got to show up, baby girl. I need everybody to hashtag, I need to show up. I need to show up. If you are ashamed of your bruises, you're not ready for the blessing. Watch this. Jesus, who is the master healer, showed up to the 12 disciples after he had been ashamed, after he had been stepped on, spit on, broken. He could have come out of the tomb fully healed, looking like a brand new baby, but he showed Thomas his scars. Why? Because Thomas needed to see a manifestation of God's power and his grace. If you are ashamed of your bruises, you are not in position to carry the blessing. Woo! If you are ashamed of your bruises, if you're ashamed of being divorced, you cannot get in position for God to send you somebody new. If you are ashamed that you went through a bankruptcy, or you're sitting someplace and you're not feeling well, you're sick, you're not at the top of your game, God says, if you're ashamed of where you are, you'll never get in the position to get what I have for you. So I need everybody to type hashtag unashamed. Oh, I need everybody to type that. I'm unashamed. I'm unashamed. Yeah, I'm going through. Yeah, things haven't gone the way that I wanted them to go, but I'm declaring to the enemy that I am unashamed. And finally, manifest demands a move. To get in the manifest position, you got to make a move, honey. You have to make a move. Jesus could have just touched his hand and said, be healed. But you know what he said? He said, stretch forth your hand. Now, here is the powerful thing. He never told him which hand to stretch forth. It's right there in the text. It's right there. Jesus never told him. Read Luke chapter 6, verse 6. Jesus never says, stretch forth that hand right there, the broken one. Jesus wanted to know, are you going to show me your bruises, or are you going to show me what you think you want me to see? Woo! Jesus said, stretch forth your hand. Which hand? And so Jesus had to command what was no longer working to move. Jesus, the word that was spoken, if you receive this word, allow it to go to the withered place in your life. And the Bible says the man stretched forth. He knew exactly what was withered in his life. He knew exactly what he needed to stretch forth to the Lord. He knew exactly what he needed to offer up to God. And so this is the year. This is the year where you're going to have to speak to the withered parts of your life. This is the year where you're going to have to speak to your heart that is broken and say, you shall live and not die. This is the year. This is the season where you got to speak to your mind, your heart that wants to have anxiety and panic attacks and fall apart and say, the devil is a liar. You're going to get up from here, sis. What we're not going to do is walk around here and act like our life is falling apart. That's not what we're going to do. Sometimes you got to speak life, which means getting in the manifest position means sometimes you got to open your mouth. Woo! I feel like shouting right here. That means manifest comes out of your mouth. You're looking for a move on the outside, but a move is coming from the inside. Sometimes you got to make a sound. Woo! I'm done. I'm done. That's all I got for you today. Sometimes you got to make a sound and command a move for manifest to occur. You're waiting for manifest to show up. God says, I'm waiting for you to open your mouth for manifest to come out. Oh, I'm waiting for you to make a move. I'm waiting for your mouth to speak something different than what the enemy is expecting to come out of you. If you want manifest, you're going to have to make a move with your mouth. That's all I got. Are you in the manifest position? Are you in the manifest position? I need everybody to type this as we get ready to shift to our good friend Christina. I want you to type, I'm in the manifest position. I'm in the manifest position because number one, God's repositioning me. Number two, I'm getting ready to speak to the withered parts of my life. Number three, I'm going to show up. I'm going to be unashamed. I'm going to show up broken because that's the only way God's going to manifest my breakthrough, right? That's the only way God is going to manifest my healing. I got to show up sick. I got to keep showing up. What would have happened if that man with the withered hand said, I'm tired of everybody knowing where I'm withered. I'm not going to church today. He would have missed his encounter with God. You got to show up, sis. You got to show up, brother. You got to show up because you never know when God and when your manifest time is going to come. Thank you so much. I need you to join me at Ignite. Now, coming to the stage, I have a very, very good friend of mine who is one of our Ignite sponsors, and she is a business owner of AdGuard Fashions. Her name is Christina Adenike. I want to welcome her to the stage. Hi, Christina. How are you?
Hello.
It's so good to have you here with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Christina is one of our Ignite sponsors. And this year, I wanted to highlight some of our sponsors who have literally been pouring into Ignite every year. We have small business owners who come alongside of Ignite and really just say, Nikki, I want to help the vision of Ignite to fly. They don't want a whole lot back. And so for me, this is something that is just an honor for me to do. So thank you, Christina, for joining us. Christina is the CEO of AdGuard Fashions. And for those of you that are just joining me, AdGuard Fashions is an international online fashion boutique. She's going to tell us a little later how you can check out some of her clothing. Listen, honey, every time her and her family show up at Ignite, it's like, hold on. It's like Coming to America, y'all. They come up, they got their own theme music too, and they come. And I'm like, can y'all get out the way so they can move? Her mama is a praying woman. Every time she sees me, she grips me up and was like, and I just feel the power of God on your mother, on you. Yeah. And I want to say thank you so much. It is an online fashion boutique based in Pennsylvania, specializing in making authentic and traditional African products. Many of these items are high quality cotton that features bold a colorful African prints for the entire family. But I want to jump in. I want to hear your manifest story. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how
Okay.
you got this business started.
Thank you for having me, Reverend Nikki. This honor, it's a privilege just to be on. It's a long. When I tell you my story, you'll be very surprised too because of Ignite. That's the reason why this everything coming to fruition. But just to start with me, I was born and raised in Philadelphia, but I'm the first generation from Nigeria. So my mom is from my parents are from Nigeria. So my mom loves you. Just let you know she's excited to come in November again.
Awesome.
I have my bachelor's in social work, so with you, and my master's in business administration. I have a combination of 20 years of experience in project management, social work, compliance, property management, monitoring. So my thing is, it's not just having a business. You have to have some skill set behind, some training, something, so you can have a good foundation to go. You still make mistakes, trust me, you do,
Yes.
but you still learn. But at least you keep on going. You have that mindset, whatever, like that. So I've been married
Yes.
for 12 years now. I love traveling internationally. Love ethnic food. I have three businesses. Just to let you know, Pastor Nikki.
Oh, wow. I
I have
didn't know that.
three.
Tell us. Tell us
Yeah. So my
business.
first business is AdGuard Management LLC. So I've owned properties for over 16 years now.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
Awesome.
And basically with that piece, when I was younger, and I had no idea of how to own property. It's own property. That's it. I had learned from my mistakes of what to do and grabbing that knowledge for 16 years. I'm able to bring up, manifest my third business, but my second business, Adgar Fashions. That's
Yes.
that you know about. But my third business, I just launched it this year in April because I had so much skills and knowledge of property management on the property, tenant, all that type of entity as a whole. I said, you know what? People ask me questions all the time. Christina, how you do it? Can you help me with this? Getting rid of a tenant. It's a shame though, but well, how to buy a property, whatever like that. So I just launched that my consulting, Adgar Consulting LLC in April. So
That's
I'm very busy.
It sounds like you've launched a consulting business on how to actually own property, how to purchase
Yes.
property. Oh, that's amazing.
Yes. How
That's
to be a good landlord. If being a landlord, is it really for you, or you need to hire somebody to do it for you? So,
yeah.
and then also clean up messes like their landlord, but they're too nice. They're being taken advantage of. And you have to, I'm the cleanup lady, you could say, clean up, help and direct them, to do what they need to do, whatever like
That
that.
is
That's the
so
gist. Hmm.
Yeah, that is so important because we rented property a little while back and it was
Hmm.
difficult. We tried to do it ourselves. We didn't know what we were doing, and I think also so many people want to get into real estate. And
Yeah.
I've also known a lot of people who tried to get in real estate, made a ton of mistakes, got into a ton of debt. So you
Yeah.
really, ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening, you definitely want to reach out to Christina. She's going to share with you what her Facebook handle is. If you're looking to get into real estate, she's been doing it for 16 years, owning property. So I'm going to tell you that means that she's got longevity in the game and she's got some success. So that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Tell us
Yeah.
one major challenge in your life that almost took you up out of here. One challenge that almost
You
made you throw in the towel, quit, and say, I'm not doing nothing.
Oh wow, fear. It's really fear because you have it's fear just doing things and it goes a different direction and you feel to fail,
Yeah.
basically fear to fail, but it's not really failing. It is really an obstacle in your life. But
Yes.
God has brought me through these obstacles of all my businesses and everything like that. There's that fear, like, okay, I'm a failure, and then a lot of people don't talk about it. I'm just
Yes.
like, they make it look sound so nice and pretty,
They
but
do.
realistically, it's
Yeah.
like tell the truth so people can know you will have some obstacles. Things will you have to start from
Yes.
scratch again, or you have to go a different direction. Don't be afraid. Just keep moving. But people don't tell that story. And it was very frustrating. I say, you know what? When I have that opportunity, I will tell you the ups and downs, the ends, everything. No, I will not buy myself
those downs seasons in your life, a down season where fear tried to grip you, and you had to figure out how to press forward. I tell the audience about that, because after 16 years of owning property, I mean, goodness gracious, that's scary right there, to really, get yourself out there. You're putting money out there on the line. You don't know if it's going to work out. So tell us about a time, and it could be in any of the businesses, where fear really challenged you during a down season. What happened?
With the property piece, basically fear, it wasn't fear for me, it was fear for my tenants. You have to have a little bit of compassion, just a little bit, because they're going through challenges, income, we went through COVID, it was a challenge for everyone, but just give them a little arm room to, segue to say, okay, I'll give you more ample time to pay your rent, or you can pay in increments. So you have to be compassionate, because trust me, God has given me so much. It's hard to describe love. Like, I gave a little compassion to them. He has opened so many doors for me through my personal life and stuff like that. So you can give a little compassion, but at the same time, tell them you're not afraid to evict them too. but just give them that mercy, that grace and mercy, and God will open up so much doors for you. That's what I for my tenants. For my business, it was slow online. It was real frustrating. You had to pay online fees every month, but God has covered it every month. It's been paid and everything like that. It wasn't out of my, in the beginning when I started, it was out of my pocket, but things have built up before COVID. It was, God has worked it out. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's mercy. God has given mercy.
Motivation for Agar Fashions?
Seeing people happy, smile, colorful, because colors bring brightness and joy. And people say, oh my goodness, that's how much it costs, because sometimes materials are very expensive. And I like to make it affordable and everything. And also just have people have different styles. And basically people just happy. Like, I listen to my customers, one person, I hope she's listening, she wanted clip-on earrings. It says it's so hard to find clip-on earrings. So she's been bugging me for 2 years now. So I finally got them. I finally, on my downtime, I finally worked on it. I got it. It's ready. It'll be it'll be there online events in another week or two. But I do listen to my customers, and I customer a backpack. I found something for them too. So I like to make my customers happy. I do listen to them, because at the end of the day, it's all about passing on information, and you never know who needs the products I have. So
awesome. So tell me, I want to get back to the fear piece.
Okay.
I really want you to share, what's one thing you did to push through? Like, I know when I got Ignite started, or was supposed to get Ignite started, I didn't see where it was going to go. I have friends telling me, you should try to do a breakfast or something. And when I finally, after years of people saying what I should do, I finally said, well, let me take the leap. I just wanted to do a breakfast with 50 women. I tell this story a lot. And the Lord kind of impressed upon my heart, it's what you're doing and the space you got isn't big enough. And immediately fear took over my heart, because that was the year me and my husband were on food stamps. I was embarrassed and ashamed. And there was no money in the bank. And I had to guarantee all these people to show up. And fear gripped my heart during a season when I didn't have the resources. And I know for me, my greatest fear challenge is measuring my resources against the backdrop of my promise. And they never match. You know how the Bible tells us, he says, if you just have faith the size of a mustard seed, you can move a mountain. Well, a mustard seed doesn't match the size of a mountain. So how in the world does this tiny resource move a mountain? And that's the challenge, right? So what I know for me, what I had to do to challenge that fear was I literally just, for the first time in my life, I know this sounds really bad, but it's like, I guess I got to trust the Lord. You know, we say, it's like, it should be the first thing we do, but it was like, I literally did it afraid. I cannot say I spoke to myself and was like, girl, we gonna get, no, but I felt like I had to do it. That there was no, like, if I didn't do this somehow or another, I couldn't live with it. I don't know if you've ever been there, but what did you do to overcome the fear?
Fear. Basically, well, let's start with you. Ignite. My friends
Okay.
introduced me to Ignite in 2015, I believe, or 2016. It was in Kasha Don't remember. It's been so
Yes.
long now, like 7, 8 years now. But it had to be pushed. Basically, pushed meaning 10-year workshops, listening to speakers, and then during the next year, that was November next year, start preparing myself. So basically just getting this, taking those nuggets in, just taking baby steps. So every year you had a theme. So those themes was pushing me to do what I
Yes.
need to do. It's kept on being
Wow.
pushed, nudge, that
Yeah.
nudge, like, okay, stop, nudge. I don't remember the themes. It's been so long, different themes, whatever, like that. So
I
I
barely
thought,
things too.
so when it was 4 years ago, when I was ready to move forward, but I was still fearful because I had a business partner. I was talking about it. I had a business partner. Business partner pulled out. That was fear again. What am I going to do now? I have no money. Everything fell through. So my mom and my husband encouraged me to say, hey, you can do this, but I had to come out of pocket. I didn't take out no loans. I mean,
Wow.
I made okay, but one thing I was happy about, I was able to, with my business, with my property manager, I was able to take some money from there. And also I'm very good with managing my money. So I was very good to, itemize what I need to do, have my little checklist, like have my logo, register my LLC, look for properties. And then also I had an accountability partner. She was in business for 4 years. We went to elementary school together, but we connected in college. So we were there. She was there for my support, give me some insight, whatever like that. And also we were there to support each other. And also she started going to talk me through vending. Like Christine had to go out there and start doing that vending, Christine. And then, and I think I vended with you first. That was my first time at King of Prussia. And it was rough. My first time was rough, but it went well. I mean, the set was rough, but it went so well. And I said, oh my goodness, people do love my products. They really like this. So since then, and then the fall, I start preparing and everything like that. In the spring, it was a little challenging a little bit, but you trial and error. I got the ropes now. I'm in it now.
Yes.
And also, when I meet new people at vending, I encourage them, give them my pointers, share things with them. So I like to pass it on. I don't like to keep things to myself because you never know who you connect with. Hey, one day you'll meet the millionaire. My next, listen, I do not buy anything. So that's why I overcame my fear. I overcame that fear for being a vendor.
Let me tell you what I hear you saying. And I want everybody who's listening. Here's how manifest starts to work. The first thing you said was you had to put yourself in position to get poured into.
Yeah.
Woo. Listen, so many times we get these great ideas, right? And we just want the idea to just show up, to appear, for people to just, I got this dream. I'm going to be, okay, but the first step to manifestation is you have to put yourself in position to be poured into. Because what God is going to do in your life, what he wants to manifest, you have never done it before.
Yeah.
So you either need to get coaching or get into a class or go to a conference. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Me and Christina did not talk before this interview. So I had no idea what she was going to say. I didn't know that her first time showing. I just know she's been around for a long time and she's supported Ignite. She's a sponsor. But I didn't know that part of her pushing herself was coming to this conference. I promise you I didn't pay her to say this. I promise I didn't. But the first thing she says is she put herself in position to be poured into. Who is pouring into your life? What is being poured into you? Because I'm going to tell you, the enemy exists in the space where you lack knowledge. I'm going to say that again. I need y'all to write this down. The enemy shows up and he gets to operate with authority in the space where you don't have revelation. What does that mean? That if you don't educate yourself about the assignment that you're walking into, The enemy gets to make up information to fill the space. What does that mean again? It means I can't tell you how many people I've coached, Christina, and they'll say, I want to go back to school, but you know what? It's probably too expensive. I said, well, how do you know that? Have you called the school?
Yeah.
Have you gotten a brochure? Have you talked to anybody who was over 35 that went back to get their bachelor's degree to find out how difficult it was? Have you talked to anybody who goes to Rowan University to find? Do you understand what I'm saying? So the enemy to walk with authority in the space where we lack knowledge. So that you got to get poured into. You've got to dispel the lies. So that was number one. Number two, you got to keep showing up. That's the second thing I heard you say. That to push past the fear.
That's true.
It is, right? Like you kept showing up. You just kept putting yourself out there. You kept saying, I'm gonna come back next year, right? And then number three, you literally have to put yourself on the line and put yourself out there, put your product out there, your service out there, in the face of rejection. Today, Christina didn't want to come on. She was like, I don't know. But she was the first one who responded when I put out the call to say, hey, I want one of my sponsors to go live with me. She's like, I'll do it. I'm scared to death, but I'm going to show up. How many times in our life do we say, I'm scared to death, but I'm going to show up? I don't know if this is even going to work out for me. So she's talking to us about the manifest position and how she manifested purpose in her life. Don't wait for fear to disappear. I wrote in my book Audacity, you need to find out where fear lives and move in with it.
That's true.
Find out. We're run from fear. We're fighting fear. We're rebuking fear. Fear is like, I'm still here. Anybody ever
basically fear motivates me. It motivates, push me. It's like a pusher for me. Like, okay, keep doing it.
Tell us why you say fear motivates and pushes you.
I'm not like a challenge. I love challenges. And it just keep me on my toes, okay, what's the next level? What's the next step? Like for me, for example, next year, I'm taking the next level. I'm going to be manifestation. I'll be more upfront talking with my business, Adgar Consulting, doing more empowerment speaking, more engagements that way. So this is like, I'm not sure what
be an Ignite speaker. Y'all heard it. Did I just put it? I threw it right under the bus. So 2023, you're going to be an Ignite workshop speaker.
Yes, ma'am. I already envisioned it. So it's time. It's time. I already envisioned that too, but it's time. It will happen. So definitely. And just to let you know, for the record, before I had my business, I was a sponsor. I was scraping my money. And I said, I'm going to do this before I believe what you were doing. It filled me. It pushed me where I need to go. And I said, even with the business, I'm going to go to a next level, whatever like that. So I started small, and listen, God has blessed me with those small. He knew my heart. He knew where I want to go. Look where you at in Delaware. Listen, girl,
Well, listen, let me tell
I'm
you
there all the way for you.
let me tell you something else you said that I think is powerful. You received confirmation that what I'm giving birth to is needed in this earth. And I think that was a drive when you showed up at Ignite with a table. And this is by no means for me to tell people to sign up at Ignite to be a vendor, because to be honest, we have sold out of all our vendor spots. So this is not a plug to be a vendor, but this is one of those things. How will you know that what you carry is amazing until you literally release it? There's so many people who are listening. You've got the gift of speaking. You have the gift of artistry. You have the gift. So there are people, somebody's listening, you paint amazing. And somebody told you that you can't make any money doing it. So you didn't go to college for it, but your passion, your core. And the only person who you think appreciates your gifting is you. But you won't know that the world needs it until you manifest it. No one, you're waiting for somebody to figure out that you have a painting. They're just going to dream. Oh, I think Tina she paints. No, you literally have to put yourself out there. How will you know that your words have power, that your gifts are designed to inspire. So I love, Christina, when you said, I took a chance. I became a vendor. I put my product out there and people liked it. And you know, that's such a great, that right there punches the devil right in the eye.
Yeah.
Because up until that point, he's like, African, ain't nobody, I'm sure he's like, ain't nobody here from Africa. Nobody at Ignite's from Africa. I'm sure he said all kinds of crazy, ridiculous stuff, right? But you push through by walking forward. And so if we, and we're going to get ready to close in a minute, but to manifest, the manifest position is doing it afraid, getting into, and something else I heard you say, you got to pour back. Sometimes you start giving into another vessel, into another place, even if it's at your church, because in that, even in giving back, for all those that are listening, if you don't volunteer in your church or your local, you know, it could be a ministry, it could be something else. How will you know that the area of your assignment works? You do that by giving time and talent, right? Time and talent. And so maybe you don't have a lot of money to give. That's fine. Can you give of your talent, of yourself? Can you give of your treasure, your gifting? And so I love hearing you say that, because we talk about manifest all the time. I manifest. But nobody talks about manifesting afraid.
Yeah.
We don't talk about, we look online and we see Facebook and all of that, and they just did it. No, they didn't. They didn't just do it. And fear is intertwined with the destiny journey. Stop fighting your fear. Stop waiting for fear to go away. Right? Walk with it. Move in where fear is. Get intimately acquainted with fear, because what you're going to find out, ladies and gentlemen, as you're listening, is the acronym of fear. We know what that is. False evidence. Real. How will you know that if you're not sleeping and getting intimately acquainted with fear? You gotta get up close with fear and say, what am I afraid of? What am I afraid is going to happen? I think that might be a lie. I think people may like my Agar fashions. I do. I don't know. So you embrace the fear as a challenge, and I love that. I love that. And so, if you were to leave, because we're getting ready to close, if you were to leave the audience with 2 or 3 steps of what to do to manifest in this season, what would they be?
Oh, yeah, man, put me on the spot for that one. Well, I say stay away from distractions, like negativity, especially people and social media. Do it. Just do it.
Just
they're the same thing. My thing
Somebody
is even.
Hold on, somebody type that. Just do it. I know it's like
just do it. Basically, you're not something saying. My thing is just try something that's a little bit different from the next person. It can be the same, but what's different about you? It can be your personality, customer service. It has to be something that stands out from the next person. It's like almost the same thing. That's the first thing. Next thing is have an accountability partner if you can find a person.
That's good.
That will help. That person will guide you, or just help you. They might not be perfect. Make mistakes together. Support each other. Do things together. Observe that person. See what they're doing. Just have somebody just to be there, for you. Just for support, and just stay connected with God. I have my daily devotions with God on a daily basis, and just listen. And He's there. He got your back. He got your back no matter what. He got you. Sometimes your peoples can get on your last nerves, whatever situations happen. He got you. And you'll be seeing things like when you now thinking about it, God has been so good. And it's like overwhelming, even when COVID happened, he's just making up from what, so I didn't lose anything, but the income from the business, whatever like that, is being made up, and I'm able to sponsor also. So that's the 3 give backs, I would say.
And I'm gonna tell you, when people sponsor at Ignite, and again, this isn't a plug to be a sponsor. This is really just my job. Our goal is to create space for other women. So every sponsor gets free tickets. And my spiel is find somebody who cannot afford to come. I'm a former social worker. And so my heart bleeds for those that are challenged, for the woman that's like, God, I just want to be in the place, but I can't afford it. I was
Yeah.
once that woman that couldn't afford anything and was always frustrated. And so our give back is every sponsor gets tickets to give to somebody. So if you're listening and you know some woman that probably could be at Ignite, can't afford it, please email me, Facebook me. We've got all these sponsors. All our sponsors are not utilizing all their tickets. We want to sow into somebody's life. No strings attached. They don't have to become a sponsor. They're not going to have to do a timeshare presentation. And they need to be a guest VIP.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing. The tickets that these sponsors give away are not, you are attendee, you sit in the back. No, you're a guest VIP. We're going to treat you the way God sees you all weekend long. And that is my blessing, for the sponsors giving into Ignite. I'm like, okay, let's give back, because it's not just about me. It's not about just Ignite. I'm trusting God to pay all the bills and keep us going every year, but it really is about getting other women in a place. I want to thank you, Christina.
Thank you. I'm excited.
But also, I am excited about the business that God has given to you. And it's just amazing to hear that a part of that launch was Ignite. I didn't know that. I did not know that.
Surprise.
I promise you I didn't know that. And that blesses my heart. So thank you. Please tell everybody where they can find you. And hopefully my media manager will be able to type this. Where can they find you on Facebook? What's your Facebook handle?
Adgard Fashions.
Adgard Fashions.
Yeah.
AD, spell that.
Oh, ADGARD Fashions. FASHIONS. Yes.
Yep. Adgard Fashions at Facebook. And then it's AdgardFashions.com.
Instagram, .com. And then Instagram at, Yep.
There we go. AdgardFashions.com and Adgard Fashions on Facebook.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Before we close, there's a couple of announcements that we do have for you. And I want to remind everybody who is watching and listening about Ignite 2022. We have a Labor Day sale that was extended. It was all month. It ends Friday, $75. That's $25 a day. For all over 23, 25 speakers that we're going to have, workshop speakers from all over. We're going to have Dr. Dee Dee Freeman, Pastor Aziza, Dr. Nicole, myself, JP, Stephanie. We're having a concert with J. Todd, Anton Milton, Natasha Daniels. We're going to have a glam suite with a makeup artist where you can get your makeup done, where you can get, your brows done. We have a brow and lash technician coming. You can get foot baths. We want to pamper you all weekend. We want to empower you all weekend. So we want you to go www.ignitesummit.org/2022. And we'll still be selling tickets after this Friday, but they will not be at $75. So if you know a woman, somebody, gifted to her, pass it along to her. We're going to be posting all week long. Also, another announcement that I have, which I'm really excited about, is there it is, Chase at the Riverfront, Chase Center on the Riverfront, November 10th to the 12th in Wilmington, Delaware. Another announcement that I have is our Women's Ignite Sisters Connect is meeting for coffee and conversations in person. Yay! That is going to be on October the 22nd. And I want you all to join us on this night. It's Saturday, October 22nd. I believe it's at 1:00. We've been meeting virtually forever. We're over it. Everybody's over it. We're going to start meeting in person quarterly, monthly, and we're starting October 22nd in person. It's no cost to you. Come on out. Ignite Sisters Connect. They've been meeting all week. All year. If you haven't been a part of the group, that's okay. Just email us. Bible study at ignitesummit.org to tell us that you want to join at Panera Bread in Cherry Hill, New Jersey, coffee and conversations. It's going to be the start of 2023's us meeting in person. Yes, throughout the year. Why? Because we need to be ignited weekly, monthly, yearly, more than just this conference. So again, join Ignite Sisters Connect. It's our small groups. We've been meeting all year long, and we've been doing it virtually. But this year, we want to meet in person for coffee and conversations. Saturday, October the 22nd. It's going to be at 1 o'clock, Panera Bread in Cherry Hill. And if you email us at BibleStudy@IgniteSummit.org and say, hey, I want to attend, we will make sure to put you on the list. I want to thank you for giving me your attention for this 1 hour and allowing God to empower all of us. I actually needed this more than you know. The enemy is always fighting me every year during this season about Ignite. Should I be doing it? It's not worth it. And when I get on here and I motivate you, I'm being motivated. So as I'm speaking to myself. Y'all just happen to be in the room. And so I needed this. You all keep praying for me, because the movement that we're doing is large. It's a faith walk every single year. So I hope to see you. We'll probably be back next Monday for Manifest on Mondays. I'm excited about what God is going to do in this place. God bless you. And I'll see you soon.